Today, we're going to take a look at the C-stand. This is commonly used to hold lights and other fixtures and is a nice, reasonably heavy-duty stand that can support heavier lights here and put them at interesting angles for cool lighting. The first thing to set up a C-stand is you want to unlock these legs so that they're all out. You can do that by pulling up on here, giving it a little flick here, and making sure this clicks down. And I like to double check to just make sure that this can't rotate and come undone. When it comes to mounting lights on the top of it, there's an arm on these C-stands. This arm can be unscrewed here and popped off. You can mount a light on here if you want to use it like a regular stand, or if you want to use the arm on the C-stand, you can screw this in and then unscrew this large knob on the side. You should always be following the right hand rule, which says that this knob is on the right when pushing your arm down. That makes it so that whenever you put something heavy on here, it tightens as you pull it down instead of loosens so that your light doesn't sag. You also want to always make sure that your load on this arm here is parallel to the longest leg. And that longest leg should also always have a sandbag on it. The sandbag also should not be touching the ground to make sure that all the actual sandbag weight is going on the leg and not just touching the ground. Once your light and C-stand is set up like this, you can mount a light on the end of it by putting a light on the end of this pole or sliding it around. The other thing you can do with the C-stand arm is use the other end. This lets you mount some other devices that has a baby pin sticking out on it, or put another device that needs to be clamped down. It's going to be used to clamp down on blankets, sound blankets I've done before, daisy chain arms, or something else. With the Movie Magic, I have a light now to demonstrate how to mount it on here. With this light, I can put the C-stand arm in it like this, for example, and mount it at the end, or I can put it in this hole, for example, to slide it down here. One example of using the end here would be, for example, putting the light on here, and then putting like a platypus so I can mount like a softboard here to bounce the light off of. Let's say in this example, I want the light facing this way. I can mount the light on here, and then wrap the cord around the C-stand so that the cord is not dangling on the ground. If I want to raise the light, I can raise it by loosening these knobs, then making sure to tighten it so it doesn't sag or have any problems. If you're raising it high up with heavy loads, make sure it's not prone to tipping and either put another sandbag on it if it needs to have more weight, or use a different stand because these stands can only handle so much weight and you always want your stand to be stable. Once you're done with your light, you can loosen it up to lower it all the way down. Unscrew the light to take it off, being wary that they can get hot after being used. Unscrew the main knob and pointing this down, and then always being careful to grab it by the outside of the knob here, because if you grab it here, it's easy to get your knuckles locked up. Remove the sandbag, and then put the legs back together so that it's all the way folded up for transport.